Hunter S. Thompson. How's California, mate?
Can you hear me, Trev, over in Sweden? Can you hear me?
Yeah, it's working.
Hello everyone, welcome to... I can't see anything, Trev. I've just come in from the sunshine.
But damn, you look cool.
Yeah, I've just come in from the sunshine. It's very hot here in San Diego.
You're so cool.
Yeah, and I've been to some amazing places, I tell you, and I've met some amazing people. But I just thought I should tune in. Hello everyone.
Just on a side note,
yeah,
you can edit this out if you want.
yeah.
I will laugh my socks if it pisses down with rain all the time you're there. The irony.
Yeah. Well, that's what happened. I went to France actually. Absolutely slashed down.
Oh really?
Yeah. Anyway, I thought I'd zoom in, check in, should I say, and share with you a beer that recently came out at the Systembolaget, back over there where you are, Trevor, in Sweden, in Europe.
Europa.
In Europe.
Is that Bracia or Bracia?
Interesting question, and I was actually fundering over
Bracia.
that. I think it's Bracia with a soft C.
But it's English.
Oh, no, hang on. Yes, it is. Actually, it's Celtic or Celtic.
Oh, really?
Name.
Oh, I've no idea
Celtic,
how they
Celtic.
pronounce it. No.
I think we should ring up.
Bracia.
I think we should ring up. What's his name? Who's the name? Who did the Braveheart?
Oh, Mel Gibson.
Yeah, we should ask.
I don't
him.
think people are talking to him.
Because he's
living in a shed in a wood.
He's gone all funny, isn't he?
Yeah, but I mean, he insults people.
But anyway, he would know, wouldn't he? Because he speaks probably the best Scottish that I've ever heard.
Freedom.
That's right. Him and Sean Connery,
Of course.
who speaks absolutely the best Scottish.
Yeah.
Anyway,
And nothing else.
This is nothing. This is nothing to do with that. Bracia, I'm going to go with that. Rich dark ale, 10%, Thornbridge brewery.
Which Thornbridge?
Thornbridge is Bakewell. Full of tarts there, apparently.
Pardon?
Bakewell. Bakewell.
But I don't even know where that is.
Bakewell in the UK.
But what county?
Bakewell, I don't know. Bakewell, isn't it? You know, somewhere near. Somewhere.
I know there's a lot of tarts in Bakewell.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is
Did you
why
like that?
the tourism is good.
Did you like that? I thought you'd missed that. I thought that had gone by you. I thought that had gone over the top of your head.
But seriously, where is it? Do you know what county it's in?
No, I don't know what county. Hang on. It's in Buxton Road, Bakewell. It says Buxton Road, Bakewell.
I really should know, but I don't.
We should know, but of course, in fairness, Trev, we're not really English anymore. We're kind of like a little bit sort of...
Do you know how long I've been here? March 5th just gone.
I know, 30 years.
33.
33 years. Listen.
And I still say 33.
Let's get back to the beer. Sorry, YouTube. We did empty some of the internet.
I just love this concept of like the internet and emptying it. Yeah.
So we get a bit more beer in there. This is a rich dark ale, so it's 20%. It's 10. It's 10%. We haven't been drinking, Trev. We haven't been drinking. In America, we don't do that here.
No.
It's California. We don't drink or smoke or do anything.
No.
I've been to the Muscle Beach again, Venice Beach. Kidding me.
Going in a mushroom shop while smoking a joint and having a beer in your hands.
That doesn't happen over here either.
No.
Anyway, listen. This beer, I want to talk a little bit about Thornbridge because over the last, of course, Craft Beer Revolution America, where I am right now, everyone's talking about that. They've been talking about it for years, rightfully so. Very cool. In Sweden, we're following, obviously with BeerSweden, been following what's been happening in this fledgling craft brewing scene. United Kingdom, of course, a lot of people associate that with tradition and heritage and, you know, sort of brown, flat beers. Yes, that has happened, but there's been a hell of a lot going on as well, Trev, in the craft beer scene in the United Kingdom. And I think, in my opinion, one of the brewers that's really leading the charge as far as quality in terms of innovation is Thornbridge. Absolutely stunning.
How long have they been around?
Along with Magic Rock, so on. 2005,
okay.
I think, was the first time that they actually produced a beer. And since then, I know that they've racked up something like 200 awards. Since 2005, 200 awards. Their J Pure IPA, I tried at the Great British Beer Festival. That must have been in 2009, 2010. It was absolutely one of my beers of the show. Loved it. So what they're doing is they're taking old styles and they're giving those a little bit of contemporary twist. Not afraid to use hops from New Zealand. Kelly Ryan was actually one of the brewmasters there. I think he has moved on, but there's a definite sort of, you know, experimental type of vibe to the place. But what's interesting about them is that they use these three words to sort of sum up what they do: innovation, passion, and knowledge. Really does actually, that really ticks my box, and I have to say, as far as BSU is concerned, not that we could be compared with these guys at all, I like exactly what they're doing. What they're saying is that craft beer is not a lifestyle, as it is also, well, it is a lifestyle, but it is also a serious business, and craft beer brewers can't hide behind craft just as being, you know, creative fun and not produce excellent quality beers all the time. And Thornbridge put a lot of emphasis and a lot of importance on actually the beers being technically correct as well as being imaginative and creative. And I like that combination. I think it's extremely important. It's like really trying to have vintners trying to hide behind vintage and saying, well, sorry, it was a very bad year, and that's it, we're supposed to accept bad wine. Same with craft brewing. Sometimes there are flaws in beers that you can kind of get away with sometimes because you just say, well, it's craft. Well, actually, I'm not necessarily sure I agree with that, and Thornbridge certainly, I think, are leading the way in the UK in terms of quality, consistency, and yet also imaginative beer.
You're putting in the graft, isn't it?
Blimey. Trev, I had lots to say there, didn't I?
Really? Do you know how quiet I was?
Yeah, you were. So I was giving you a little lecture there. Blimey, here we go.
But basically, they put the graft in.
They put the graft in. They put the graft in, absolutely. They built another brewery, a 30-barrel system, on top of their, I think, 10-barrel system. So there's a lot going on with Thornbridge, and I'm so delighted, actually, that we've had a couple of Thornbridge beers come to Sweden. Black Raven, the Black IPA, I rated on the blog fairly recently, in real time. It was, in my opinion, one of the best black IPAs that I've had. So I'm really excited.
I remember that.
Yeah, really excited to try this one. Haven't tried it before, so this is new to me. Bracia is the Celtic name for a beverage brewed in the Iron Age Europe, with reference found on a Roman inscription in Derbyshire. Little is known about it except it was high in alcohol, brewed with cereals, and most probably honey. And here's the cool thing, what's happened here. Thornbridge Bracia has been infused with a generous amount of dark and bitter chestnut honey, get this, sourced from the alpine foothills of northeast Italy.
Well, if that's the case, it's Bracia.
Bracia.
Must be.
Gotta be,
Romans, isn't it?
Yeah. What have the Romans ever done for us, Trev?
Nothing. Well, they did do the roads.
Malts. Maris
and the sewage.
Yeah, aqueducts.
Yeah. But apart from that, what have the Romans ever done?
What have the Romans ever done for us? Marisotta, brown, Munich, dark crystal, black, chocolate, peated and roasted barley. By God.
Sounds intriguing.
This is all about the malts, people. Having said that, hops, Target, Pioneer, Hallertau, Northern Brewer and Sriracha Ace.
Right.
Oh, bit of dill juice in there too. Interesting. Bracia is released in limited quantities. It can be cellared to evolve. So why not enjoy the experience of opening a bottle every once in a while? Well, I'll tell you what, Thornbridge, we'll do.
Let's open one now.
Let's open one now. Okay. Look at that, lots of gun smoke. Can you see that, Trev?
Yeah.
Look at that, look. Fantastic. Now, this is 10%, so handle with care. Look at it. Absolutely delightful look to the beer. Bit chilly here in San Diego. Let's give that a whirl. Look at that, it's one of those slow motion ones. Can you see it?
I've just had a thought.
What?
I'm going to want to try that. And I tried the last beer, but somehow I managed to get hold of it, despite the fact that we're several thousand miles apart. Yeah. I'm just trying to think how we're going to explain that.
What, when you actually take the glass from my hand?
Yeah.
Well, technology has come a long way, and of course Silicon Valley is just up the road.
That's true.
And
we're filming. That's right. We're filming in the car park at Microsoft.
You know Cameron? What's his name? Is it
James Cameron?
Yeah. You know he's going to film. No, Peter Jackson is filming The Hobbit.
I know.
In is it 60 frames per second or something like that?
Really?
Yeah, or 50 or something. For real sort of like life sort of quality images. We're up to over 1,000 here.
Oh, right. Well, that would explain it.
Which can explain why it looks so real, and we're actually getting tangibility in the photo.
You're right, mate.
Yeah. Cheers. Can you see that?
Hands across the ocean.
Yeah. I can almost feel that, Trev.
Yeah.
Hands across the ocean. That was Reagan and Thatcher, wasn't it? Listen, are you Reagan or am I? Or are you Thatcher?
Neither.
The Iron Trev. Listen, the smell is very unusual. This is throwing me. It wasn't what I was expecting. I was expecting huge coffee, espresso, and what I'm getting is almost, when it says chestnut, I'm getting honey. That chestnut honey is coming through, but it's like almost like, you know, when conkers, and they're kind of wet and young, that kind of sweet nut.
Oh, sort of like this. It's still residual juice on them type thing.
Yeah, almost like really unusual.
I know what you mean.
What's really exciting?
You've opened them too soon.
we try a lot of beers, yeah, and they smell, and let's be honest, a lot of them have, within a certain framework, smell the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm often struggling to sort of pick out something and tell you something new, to be honest with you about it. No problem there. This is a new smell to me. Kind
Interesting.
I'm thinking truffles. I'm thinking mushrooms, but in a good way. That kind of earthiness, and then this very young nuts. So green, you know, before they've become all dry and you put salt on them, and fresh, really fresh. Fascinating smell, absolutely fascinating.
Whoop-de-doo, that face is going to explode.
Well, I mean, when I said that I was glad to see Thornbridge beers in Sweden, I meant it.
You can buy this at the Bollocks, can you?
Yeah, you can buy this at the Bollocks. It's just so original. I don't really know where to place it. I don't know where to place it.
Beam me up.
I'm just going to transatlantically.
Thank you.
God, I felt that, Trev. Can you smell it? Very different smell. Bit of varnish. Would that make sense?
Yeah, do you know what it is? It's furniture polish, varnish.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
It's
Antiques
varnish.
Roadshow.
It's varnish, but that's not in a kind of, because varnish actually in beer can be considered.
And the mouth has got nothing to do with the nose.
No, it's sweet. You can see the honey element, can't you?
It's lovely.
You can see the honey element.
It's a round taste.
It's round, and to tell you what, it's very English sort of flavour to it.
Yeah, I
know
suppose
it hasn't got. It's got a lot of obviously, very sort of zany hops in it, but it has that sense of old school furniture.
It's very drinkable.
Waxy, varnishy, earthy, nutty.
But it's not overpoweringly thick. Do you know what I mean? You and me could finish that bottle over whatever, you know what I mean? And over the table.
A little bit peaty as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Of course, no, there is peaty. Yeah, there's peated malts in there, and that's definitely coming through. So you're getting kind of whiskey character to it as well. Not in the heat, but definitely in the peat. No heat, but peat, Trev.
No heat, but peat.
And down with the
kids, yeah. I know.
Down with the kids. Listen, I'm a bit sort of in a tailspin.
I like it, and I like the aftertaste.
I don't quite know how to place it in terms of rating because it's really unusual.
It is, and the funny thing is, it's got a lot to do with hanging about with you so much. This is really interesting instead of me going, oh, it's horrible.
No, this is
very interesting.
This is a bottle, and
it's still hanging about.
One bottle of that is going to last you a long time, and you need people to share with you. You will not be drinking this bottle. Well, I don't know. I mean,
you know that beer we did a few days ago, where the bitterness stayed in the sides of your mouth.
Would that be the APA?
That was the one.
The APA.
Yeah.
That was shows
this
ago.
one is just the top of the palate. Are you feeling it?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. No, there's not bitterness in here. This is very malty.
But it's hanging about like a good one.
It's just the strangest smell, but really intriguing.
But not unpleasant.
No. Really interesting. In terms of the rating, Trev, just because of sheer novelty and because it's so unlike anything I think we've had on BeerSwedenTV before, and I like that, I'm going to go 4.1.
Yeah.
Is that right?
I wouldn't disagree. It's intriguing.
It's really intriguing.
Which sounds very pretentious, but it is.
I think truffles. For some reason, I think truffles.
I don't know if I've ever had truffles.
Yeah, I think truffles. To me, really, and that caused that Northern Italy thing going on. I think it's really interesting beer. Trev, I think we should leave it there.
Yeah.
I think we should back away from it
and see what the comments are.
We should see what the comments are about it.
But you can get this now down the what's it?
It's a tough one to call. Yeah, you can get it now. As I say, but we've thrown the stats up. You can hunt it down. Remember, it's 10%. It's big beer. It is definitely a share of this one. It's a sipper, but just fascinating. I'm really pleased we tried it. And let's see more Thornbridge beer in Sweden, please. Listen, I've got to go back because I'm swimming with whales this afternoon.
Okay. Yeah. Actual killer whales?
I hope not. So until next time, everyone, when I'll be back in Sweden.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think it's time to come back home. When we will do more, obviously, BeerSwedenTV, maybe. Until then, everyone, cheers and beers.